Hello guys, Shockwave came back here once again. And I used to title the video, the best way to bring back the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Yes, since there been rumors here and there that Konami going to do whatever they going to outsource most of their IP, or most of their console IP games to other companies like Metal Gear and Silent Hill. A big question is eventually when will they reveal the game, what type of game will it be, and this and that. But let's be honest, even if Konami shows off a new game, even if it is like a reboot or like with some new characters or not, it will never have the exact same hype that the original Metal Gear Solid did, or as Metal Gear Solid 5. When I say Metal Gear Solid, I just refer to the franchise. But I didn't think about a workaround with this. I didn't expect a solution, and sadly, it's just they can go whatever direction I want. Not too many people gonna watch this video anyway. But the best way to bring up Metal Gear Solid is just make a game about one of the fan beloved characters of the entire series. One of the key catalysts of the entire Metal Gear Solid franchise itself. Just make a game about the boss. Yes, the Joy. Yes, the leader of the Cobra unit. Yes. What was that nickname they gave her? Mercury Lady. Yeah, just and somebody say, why make a game about the boss? Snake is dead, right? Ryder's doing his own thing. There's nothing really going on with Otacon or Sonny. Meryl and Johnny got married. The Colonel's is not really doing anything either. And Naomi and like some other characters are dead. And Mei Lee is still doing Mei Lee. And what happened to Nastasia, no one knows. Nastasia just vanished, as far as I know. But overall, you can't really continue the franchise after Guns of the Patriots or after Metal Gear Rise of Vengeance, and you can't really do anything in the middle or do a reboot. So you might as well tell a story that will get the old fans invested and gets new fans invested as well. Just call it Metal Gear something. You just don't have to have the solid title afterwards. And not WW2, because my whole idea of process is just tell the story of the boss and the Cobra unit and all the activities during World War II. That's it. We kind of already know what already happened. We already know she gave birth to the battlefield to Ocelot, with Brother Ocelot. So just retelling that story in the video game form of her being a soldier in the battlefield with the Cobra unit, and that's pretty much all you need. Like, there is no way, in my opinion, that idea could actually fail. And sure, I thought of like some other different concepts, but you could just have it be like maybe like Metal Gear Solid 4 fused in with Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker, where you still have these smaller separate areas, but it all connects to one big map, and that's an entire like mission per se. And unlike Metal Gear Solid 5 or Peace Walker, I don't think you can really do like a mission-based system in that game. So it has to be like a more Metal Gear 3 or 4 type situation, or 2 or 1, where it just as you go through the game, you just don't really go backwards. Besides from 3, you was able to do it there. But in all the other games, when you go forward, not really. It's just the how to explain it. Cause you do backtrack in Metal Gear, but not in every game, like 4. But I have no problem with you allow backtracking, but it'd be like a more of a classic Metal Gear type of game, just taking place as the boss. And no, I don't want to know the story of the stereotypical, oh, how did the boss meet the pain? How did the boss meet the fear and the fury? And all, I'm not trying to hear that story. I'm really not, because we all know how those stories go. It's rather they do it right or they butcher it. And I'd rather have them take less chances and just say the boss and the Cobra unit was already formed, and around that time, and just make a game based on that, around that. Now, could we see officially in the timeline the first Metal Gear before the Shagohod? Like maybe the Nazi scientists came up with some type of concept of it, and we can go into conspiracy theories of whether they had alien technology or not. Maybe, for all we know, the Cobra unit was also set down in Antarctica to see what's going down in there, and it can be an Antarctica mission. They might throw some Easter eggs back to Shadow Moses. You never know, but the possibilities are there where the game just throwing the boss. And I also said to myself, with the current day culture, you just be another female protagonist, which just make the boss who she is, make a good game with the Cobra unit, with a good story. We already get like a basic blueprint and layout of what her life was like. Just cover the World War II stuff, Had some things going to post the World War II stuff of her having to kill the Sorrow. Like let's imagine that, having to kill the Sorrow in a boss fight. That'd be excellent. Cause the whole thing is like, the Konami can't do it. They made Metal Gear Survive. These are the same people who made Portable Ops and Ghost Babel. Now I don't know so much about Ghost Babel, but Portable Ops, even by Kojima, is like, it's canon. And Portable Ops also have a good story. So it's not like Konami can't make a game without Metal Gear, but it still won't have that Konami charm, and that Kojima charm that Kojima's known for. That's the only difference. But I think it is possible. And after this whole boss type of game to wrap up the previous story, and then after that they can go into the future type thing. I don't want to hear about no boss such as Secret Daughter, and she'll take over the franchise, and she was always there or grit. No! Just one singular game to get the gamers back invested, and Despicably Blame, that's all it takes. Because the whole thing is, you just can't come back with a brand new Metal Gear reboot and expect to have people hop on board. We have seen for the past half a decade what reboots have done to people's favorite franchises. They're all going to have some type of PTSD. They're all not going to believe in the hype. And as much as I say some of people's opinions on Cyberpunk is just BS, it have traumatized them to and Ubisoft, it's mainly Ubisoft who will traumatize them to say, oh, is the game going to actually look like this? Oh, is the game going to actually play like this? So they get the fans back involved. It doesn't have to be like a major, massive product or production like that. It just got to be simple storytelling, a perfect game, $60. That's it. No multiplayer, no nothing. Just maybe some co-op. You can throw in some co-op system. Metal Gear Solid 5 should have had co-op! But that'll be up to them if they want to add co-op or not. But I do think the story of the boss would be very interesting. It'll be an interesting, compelling story to tell. It will bring the old fans and the new fans into Metal Gear to further pursue the franchise. It'll be the best way to resurrect the franchise from the dead. There's like no other options. You rather go with reboot or continuation. And continuation, unless it's gonna be another Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Rise of Revengeance, no one's gonna play it. Cause who do you have left? The Patriots are gone. Snake is somewhere dying to me. Everybody else have got their happy ever after, besides from Raiden, which is just, Raiden is too broken to ever get off the battlefield, and it's sad. It is sad, but as long as he spends time with his son and his family, that's all that matters, in my opinion. But overall, that more or less is pretty much it. I do believe the best way to resurrect this franchise is to make a story about the boss. It's the only logical choice that will bring back old fans and guarantee some type of return, and not some type of catastrophe where there's someone dogging on the story, making fun of the new characters. The memes! In my opinion, it is the best solution. It is just the best. There's like too much. Where can you actually go after this? Aside from a reboot, and my whole viewpoint is we have to get the fans back on board with Konami. After that whole Survive incident, it has butchered any of Konami's credibility, because Survive should have just been a DLC extension of 5, but they sold it as a separate game because they're stupid. They are stupid. They released the definitive edition with no type of extra cutscenes, no extra boss fights. You could have stitched together some type of game. You still got that artwork, you stupid idiot, but you chose not to do it. So that I have to work to regain the fans' trust. That's what they're going to have to do. And with this game, they could easily do it and hook them up with whatever future franchise. Because they're not making another Pachinko game of Metal Gear and things like that. So it's just, you might as well just do it. Because I don't want no, brand new reveal, I have everything connected, this and that. I just want the story of the boss told. How she felt when she got Axolot snatched from her, doing the whole failed space mission, how she was the first human being in the space, and also meeting a young Dr. Strangelove. Come on! And then you could just more or less wrap it up where she meets and get in contact with Colonel Vulcan. And you can argue, you can have Snake be the secret boss, or the final boss where it ends off with that whole Metal Gear Solid 3 boss fight, where she breaks Snake's arm on the bridge and throws him off. Specifically Blam. $60 is a confirmed sale. It's not that hard. And I'm sick of these people who own. There's nothing worse than being a company man and stupid. The only thing worse than that is being evil, stupid, and rich. Those are the worst combinations I've ever seen. Because you're too stupid to actually invent anything solid. I need to calm down because of my blood pressure. But I don't know if you guys thoughts and opinions about this whole what if game of Metal Gear, just retelling the story or just telling the story of what happened to the boss. And then the best thing about it, if they choke up and mess up on this in the story, the fans could easily say, since it's not Kojima, it doesn't count. So there's really nothing to lose from doing this idea. You would guarantee fan interest, show off some solid gameplay with an excellent trailer. That's all it takes. It's not that hard. Like seriously, you can explain how the Fury got cooked and roasted as he was just a normal flamer in World War II. And seeing how the Konami unit actually operated on the battlefield. That was there on D-Day. Like, come on. It's not that hard. But sadly, as everybody else was turning into meat, the Cobra unit was set off on like some type of wooden part, slowly infiltrating the base and helping out the Americans and French and the British forces on Normandy. It's not that hard. Sure, would it be like a Metal Gear Classic type of game? Yes. Does it need the gameplay from 5? No. But the game could still work. Just throwing the survival attributes from 3 mixed in with the whole, oh, you gotta refix your limb manually from 5, which 5 was a halfway produced game in the first place. Add in some type of Nazi science experiment Metal Gear, which they speculated to be aliens, but it wasn't. It was just some mad journey with some type of supernatural powers, which I think that's the biggest thing that crippled 4, with them trying to explain Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 4. It was all nanomachines. So what about Colonel Vogan? What about Psycho Mantis? What about the Joy, the Fear, and all of them? What about all of them? What about the end? It was the parasites, man. The parasites. What did you just say was the end cells or something? Jeez, it's not something I hated in 5, but it's just they easily could have explained the end with this. They was able to harbor some cells from the end, put it into some parasites, and able to replicate the end's abilities. What a solve your problem right there. Because I really am interested in how did the boss meet Colonel Vogan, and if they go in any missions or not. Cause they seem like they knew each other, but it's just Vogan is like 50-50, or he can trust if you can trust Mercury Lady. So it's just there is no other option, there is no other choice. And if you want to regain fan trust, if you want people to get interested, if you want people to get interested in a brand new game, a solid stealth game, female protagonist, you can get them SJWs on board with that. And with a solid story that will appease the fans of Metal Gear, with solid gameplay, single player with co-op, Spickly Blam, $60, confirmed money guaranteed. Will you have the artist Yoji Shimbawa? I think it is Shimbawa. Isn't it like Yoji Shimbawa? Or just I'll call him Yoji. You won't have the artist of Yoji. No, you won't have Kojima's inside on it. Because my personal opinion, even though we created a bad relationship, I would still try to contact Kojima to say, like, if there are any extra details or something like that. I can't speak for the rest of Konami, but it's just if you can give a hand, give a hand. I understand you're a busy man. If not, then it is reasonable. But after this game, you'll be heading to another direction. It's gonna be just like a 30th or like 35th anniversary game towards the fan, and that's it. We're gonna wrap up this entire the boss saga, just like that. So. And no, I'm not trying to hear no story either of how the boss came from an abusive household, because that retarded Wolfenstein 2 crap either. Just give me a solid story and people will buy the game. It doesn't matter. People will buy a game whether it's a woman protagonist or a male protagonist. It is a game. Gameplay and story, more likely gameplay is all that matters. Since the beginning of games in general, gameplay is what sold games. Mario had no story at all. Just save a princess and that's it. Everything else was just straight gameplay. Contra has no story. Sold. So you master the gameplay and have even just a mediocre story that's not even amazing, with bland dialogue, solid game, people will buy it. It's not that hard to sell products. I don't see why grown men 30, 40, and 50 years old act like they're stupid. You're not dumb. You're not brain dead. Stop acting slow. I'm sick of this crap. Same idiots over and over again. Just make a game and make money. Is that so hard to do? Because apparently Nintendo can't get it either because they're just as stupid. And it's not a country thing. It's not nationalism. It's just people worldwide act stupid for no reason. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know you guys' comments and ideas. How do you believe Konami should take Metal Gear into the future? Because in my opinion, the best way to resurrect this franchise is a game about the boss. That is it. Because Konami wanted Metal Gear Online and they butchered Metal Gear Online. I don't see how that happened, but alright then. Be sure we can like, comment, subscribe, and how do you feel about there being a game just focused on the boss in a particular era in World War II, in the 1950s, and leading up to the end of Metal Gear, to the beginning of the it was before the virtual mission. This just at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid, and show what she was doing behind the scenes while Snake was going to go save Sokolov. You can easily sell, man. And with the final boss actually being Snake, not from the final boss fight with the boss, but from the early one before the Virtuous mission, that would be fantastic. Throwing his punk ass off that bridge, excellent. But it is what it is. It's been Mr. Shockwave King. Look, you guys like, comment, subscribe, and how do you believe this take the future of the Metal Gear Solid franchise? I have my ideas. I'd like to hear yours now. Peace. Hello guys, Shockwave King, and it's gonna be a short video, but I just realized something that we should have known the entire time, ever since the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 5. That Venom Snake wasn't the real big boss. Because we all forgot, right? We all forgot what happened in Metal Gear Solid 3. We all forgot what happened in Peace Walker. Remember, ever since Metal Gear Solid 3 and on to Peace Walker, whether you believe like the boss's scar transferred to Snake or not, Snake carved an identical scar into his chest, similar to the boss, right? That's what he did. That's what he did. It's confirmed back. Strange Love see it. When you walk around shirtless as Snake and Peace Walker, you see that scar is clearly there. But all throughout 5, Venom Snake never has the scar on his chest. Like before the spoilers for the game even came out, we should have been knew there was something wrong, because Kojima does not miss out on little Easter eggs and tricks like that. He does not. I'm forgetting the words, but this entire time we were fools. We were fools. I admit, Kojima got us good. Cause I haven't seen one person make a video about this. I did keep up with Python Snake videos. Oh, he's not Snake, he's Gray Fox. I kept up with it. I don't know if he brought this up or not, but if you think about it, Venom Snake never had the scar. Forget the whole creator character thing, right? He never had the scar. That same chest scar Big Boss always had ever since the Virtuous mission. He carved that scar into his chest, or it went from the boss to him. Whatever you want to believe what happened. But ever since then, he's always had the scar. And I went back, right? And I've just seen the actual footage from 5. And I played the game many times. I didn't even notice this. But he never had the scar on his chest. No one ever paid attention to it. We all thought that was the actual big boss. Even though the scar is so significant. In Peace Walker, it allowed you to break out of prison. Because you hit like inside the scar, like he hit like some type of lead wire or something, and used that to break the bars. So it's not like it's some type of thing where it was a design aesthetic. It did serve a purpose in the game. After, you know, you had to mutilate and nearly kill your controller, which trying to tap and try to survive Strange Love's torture. So I find that funny. That is very funny. How nobody noticed that. And it's the smallest detail that would have gave everything. I understand, like in the trailers and stuff, it was hard to tell. We didn't. Even then, in the trailers, you should have been able to tell. I think we did get like a decent shot of his chest. The scar is quite apparent. It's like close to his collarbone. So I find it funny. He does not have the snake scar on his chest. That's funny. That's hilarious. But yeah, it's gonna be a short video for me, Shockwave King. But what are your guys' opinions on the whole Snake never had the scar on his chest the entire time? Venom Snake. and it was a created character didn't top. Like, we should have known, because he never had the scar on his chest. Even before the end game, everybody should have knew that was not Snake, because he didn't have the scar on his chest. We're breaking down tattoos, we're breaking down cigars, we're not even looking at the man's chest. This is hilarious. But being Shockwave King, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.